story, and if the story needs Lucifer, then maybe he can be convinced to bring Lucifer back.
Okay.
I would definitely like to get that phone call.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, Mark. I'm Genevieve.
Hey, what's your name?
Genevieve.
Genevieve.
Nice
How
to
are
see
you?
you.
Good to see you.
So my question is about some of the costumes that you've had before. I know you used to do a little bit of modeling with those awesome brick pants that I've seen before. And
What are brick pants?
brick pants, well, they are pants.
No.
And they have like the brick patterns on them. Is that right?
They have patterns on them?
Yeah, like bricks. Yes.
Oh, I did modeling with brick pants?
And then
You guys know more about me than I do. Where did you see that picture? Wasn't in like any weird magazine or anything, was it?
I remember seeing it on the internet a lot.
Oh, really? And it was really me? Because I've seen things on the internet that are supposed to be me that are not me.
Oh, okay. Well, then
There you go. Now that makes sense. I could see Jensen in a pair of brick pants, rocking it.
All right.
Okay, but does that kill your question then?
No.
Oh, okay.
So the question still holds. You've had different costumes, like the prison outfits and the police officer uniforms, and the different makeups, like the Satan skin peeling away on your face. What have been your favorite costumes and/or makeups?
What?
What have been your favorite costumes and/or?
My favorite costumes?
Yeah.
Oh. I think my favorite costume and makeup was in a little movie called Murder of Crows, where I played this psycho killer for our corgi friend out there, who was getting revenge on this lawyer, this defense attorney who got somebody off who killed my family. And so I'm an acting instructor, and I make myself up into all these characters, and I kind of test him through the movie and then try to kill him. And one of the costumes that I was dressed up in was as an old man, like a 70-year-old Englishman. And so I went through 6 hours of prosthetic makeup and kind of fat suit, you know, and all this sophisticated costume accoutrements that I almost never have to wear, and did a number of scenes in that costume, which was hell. Have you ever had makeup applied for 6 hours?
No, I can't say I
The
have.
first day the first day we were shooting the first scene of that in Key West, and my call time was 3:30 a.m. for the makeup, and I had not acclimated to the time yet because I'd flown in the previous day, so I literally fell asleep at 3 o'clock. Had to get up and go and do the makeup, and then we did an entire scene in full prosthetic makeup on the Gulf of Mexico in 90-degree humidity. It was fantastic. But anyway, that was my favorite costume so far. But I do like the Lucifer stuff. I like all the scabs and all that. They should bring that character back.
Hi. Sorry.
What's up? Come here.
Sorry. What?
Come on up here.
She's total. Look at her. She's petrified.
What's your name?
My name's Eleanor.
Hey, Eleanor.
Hi.
I'm Jared. Huh? Hey, man. Pretty close. Okay, what's your question?
My question is, sorry. How did you prepare mentally and emotionally for the role of Lucifer?
Well, I rounded up the neighborhood dogs and cats. The things you guys laugh about. And I gave them all homes, other homes, where I knew they would be happier. And then I took the children in the neighborhood buried them in my crawl space. I just want you to know she said nice. Well, for me, the preparation was very simple because it's just a family dynamic. So it's just about relating to the family dynamic of being betrayed by your father and your family, basically, and being on the outside and wanting to get revenge. So, I mean, I already knew the Lucifer mythology because I used to be a practicing Christian way back when, many moons ago. So I'd read the Bible many times and a couple other the Forbidden Gospels and other tales that kind of gave me a nice sense of the myth. But they didn't go with that myth; they went in another direction. So I just used the script. Nice to see you. Good. Nice coming up here. Good job, bro. Here comes the music.
How's it going? How'd it go? Good times?
I had fun, man. Good. I had fun. Did you guys have fun? Denver, were you nice to Mark Pellegrino? They were very nice. Good. Were you nice to them? I wasn't. Good. Then I mistreated everybody. All is as it should be. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mark Pellegrino. Oh boy, getting exciting. Gentlemen, you want to play a little rock and roll to get the people happy? I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, Loud and Swain.
Let's get this party started. It's about to happen. Hold on, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I never said I was ready. I didn't give you that I'm ready look. You know, Harry always gave me that I'm ready look.
I felt like I saw.
Hey. All right, let's go. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She loves to laugh, she loves to sing, she loves everything. She loves to move, she loves to groove, she loves to love everything. All night, every night. So hold tight,
doctor in the house, and nurse, EMT. Maybe somebody who's seen a doctor show. You watch Grey's Anatomy.
I was a guest star one time.
All of a sudden, 90% of Supernatural's fans are doctors.
Yeah.
You got someone who's a doctor in the house, and everybody was like, yeah. CPR, come here.
They say you're gonna get acclimated. I haven't been acclimated. What are you doing? Wow.
What's happening?
He's doing drugs. He's been here 5 seconds.
Is this?
It's legal in Colorado.
What is this?
True.
Hi, Denver.
Smell it.
Thank you all for bringing us here. We have been trying to come for a while.
Let me make this formal. Denver, Colorado, Jensen Ackles, and Garrett Pellegrino. All yours, boys.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Robert. Gentlemen, how goes it? Heard you killed it last night. These guys, right?
I was told to tell you about the Steelers. Did you hear? They won! Hello! Broncos not doing so well right now.
Yeah, for all of you NFL fans, thank you for giving up your Sunday game watching day for us.
You're welcome, Jensen. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And I'm welcome too. We hope y'all have enjoyed the season thus far. If y'all keep watching and keep telling your friends to watch, then we just might get another season. Love you too. All right, without further ado, shall we?
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Hi there. No mic? Oh, there it is.
Hi.
Yeah, we got that.
I'm Alice.
Was that a disco move? I like that. For those who didn't see,
Pointing to the screen.
she just went, hi. That was amazing. I need dance lessons. Will you give?
I was just wondering what inspired you guys to become actors.
People like you. He and so I guess I'll start. I always, as cheesy as it sounds, I really always wanted to be an actor. Oh, come on. Wake up. I love telling stories. I love hearing about other people and their lives, and I was always fascinated by people and by their experiences, and I thought it would be wonderful to be able to kind of live 1,000 lives, even though I only have one life. So yeah, I guess that's what kind of got me into it. Idols?
I grew up watching a lot of movies, as you do, and television with your family, and my dad is an actor in Dallas, and so I was around it a lot, and that...
I had the same reaction to hearing him speak.
It's probably one of yours. So I was around, and it always was something that I was interested in and I liked, but there was never a moment of like, that's what I'm going to do. It just kind of happened naturally, and then next thing I knew, I was on TV and working, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess this is what I'm going to do. And luckily I found that very early, so then I could actually start to focus on it and really get into it, and then I fell in love with it kind of on the job. So yeah,
Whatever, there's no one proven method or way of becoming or getting into the entertainment industry. You ask 1,000 different actors, successful actors, they're going to have 1,000 different stories. So
People will ask me like, hey, what's your advice on getting into the business? And I'm like, win the Teen Choice Award contest to be a trophy presenter, because that's what I do. So it's totally different paths. But thank you so much for your question. You're a doll. Thank you. Hi.
My name is Tanae.
Jared. Jensen.
My question's for the both of you. I was wondering if the fact that the Men of Letters bunker is located in Lebanon, Kansas, which is actually where I'm from and where I drove from to get here.
can we get a ride back?
I'll be there tomorrow morning, so do you mind?
Absolutely. I was just wondering if, is that related to the fact that it's the center of the U.S.? Is that why in one episode Charlie refers to it as the dead zone when she's trying to track down the boys? And if so, do you think this is the influence of Neil Gaiman's novel American Gods?
Jared?
I just got smarter. I just learned several things. It's the center of the U.S.?
Yes, the geographical center of
Duh.
Shut up. Maybe I knew that. I bet you that is. It must be. It must be. That's what I think.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes. And it's also close-ish to Lawrence, so the boys are back on their side. And what was the novel?
It's American Gods.
American Gods.
And it's an answer to a question?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
You know what? A young fellow by the name of Eric Kripke, who
just joined Twitter.
Oh, you were going to say that?
I heard it and I got excited. Let me take it back. Richard Kripke.
A young man by the name of Eric Kripke, who created Supernatural, has just joined Twitter.
No way.
Yeah. Did you not know that?
No.
So maybe tweet him and ask him that question. Just a thought.
The real Crip? The real Crip?
The real Crip.
The real Crip or the real Kripke? We'll find out. We'll tweet it. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Madison.
Hi, Madison. I'm Jared. This is Jensen.
What? You'll need this?
Lately I've been thinking about how Supernatural really helped me through my depression issues, and I was wondering for you guys, if you never got on Supernatural, where do you think your life would be?
I'm sorry, if we weren't...
If you never started acting on Supernatural and didn't join the Supernatural family, where do you think your life would be?
Not sitting up here talking to you guys. So fortunately, I am. I don't know. It's Jared and I we were trying to make a living and we were hustling to get work in LA as much as we could, and as you do. I mean, we talk about it, we don't miss it, but we used to have 3 auditions in a day in Los Angeles, which means maybe one at Warner Brothers, which is in Burbank, maybe one at Sony, which is in Culver City, and maybe one at Paramount, which is in Hollywood. We pack our car in the morning and then leave and be gone all day driving around to these different meetings and auditions and stuff, just hoping that we would get a job. And that's tough when you do that day in and day out, because there's a lot of rejection. But this was just kind of came along at a great time, and he and I we're actually both working on something, got pulled off, and then this happened. So it was, I don't know, I'd like to think that if Supernatural had never happened, that something like this maybe would have been in the future. But don't tell her.
I hope something would have happened, but I'll say this, I'd be without the Supernatural family, which would kill me. a lot of Supernatural, because we've been able to play these characters and really delve into these characters who go through so much and keep fighting and get back up and pick themselves up and pick each other up. I've been able to kind of become myself and be open about who I am. And I don't know if I could have gotten there without the support from buddies and support from you guys. Thank you, Madison.
Put it this way, we're really glad to be here, and we're glad you're here too. Hi.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Hi.
Jared.
Jensen.
Excuse me, looking at my phone, I thought I'd get nervous. How do you think the show would have played out if Sam finished accusing Crowley of being a demon?
Well, I'd be dead. If Sam finished killing Crowley, curing Crowley. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be supernatural anymore. It'd be Dean-pernatural.
The car would smell better.
Who's just? But it'd be emptier.
It would be empty. Along with my heart. I'm kidding.
Luckily, we don't have to figure that out. So now we get to have him around, and we get to stay around for you guys.
Hi there.
Hi. I really loved the scene in the episode Baby where you guys were lying down in the back seat at night, and I was wondering, did you guys really fit in the back seat, lying down? And
Well, technically, I was not in the back seat. He was in the back seat.
And the answer is no. There's actually a shot that kind of shows the both of us laying down to go to sleep. They had their car that has its roof taken off, and they used a crane to shoot down on us, kind of get ready for bed. And you can see that I just barely a little bit of scoliosis going on in that back seat. Trying to get in there. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, we weren't laying flat by any means.
And I was wondering, like, how was it like filming that episode? Like,
It was we knew we were taking a risk, I think.
Different.
It was different. It was so unlike, it was almost like we shot Ghostfacers, and it was, which was awesome, it turned out awesome, but you don't, after they call cut, or whatever it is, or after you drive back to where the director is and pull the memory card out so we can see what the scene looked like, you're like, did we get it? Do we have enough? Okay, all right. I mean, it was weird, it felt like doing live theater almost.
Yeah, it was, well, it was unique because a lot of times, especially all the stuff, driving, it's just he and I. And normally the car is surrounded by 30 crew members, camera operators and boom operators and lighting and grips. And so it was just us driving down the road with, a camera mounted to the dash. And we would be like, all right, well, should we just start the scene now? There's no one to yell action. There's no one to yell cut. I mean, it was really kind of a surreal kind of situation. And it's like, what do we say? It was like the inmates had taken over the prison. None of the adults were around. So
there will be some gags.
Yes. Yeah, it was really, I mean, it's nice that that there's a show that trusts their actors enough to just be like, okay, here's your camera, we're gonna go ahead and roll the camera, slate it, and bye. And we just be like, take off, go barreling down the highway, and then we just start talking and start our dialogue. And that was, and then we'd get to the end of the dialogue and be like, well, okay, I guess that was it.
There's the other way.
There's the other way. There it is. There's the other way. Yeah, there will be a lot of moments like that for sure. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed it. We love filming. The cinematography was awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, they did basically guesswork, because they would set the frame and then we'd take off and they'd be like, okay, I hope the lights held up and I hope the shadow, the sun, and it was moving. So the fact that they were able to keep the continuity of the lighting and everything as well as, it's a testament to how great the crew is.
Hello. Hi, my name's Liz, and she stole my question. Yes. I just gotta tell you, watching that episode, it was fantastic. I laughed the whole way through because it was so ridiculous. It was like watching Zombieland, really,
Yeah, it was. There's the question of funny.
It just, things would come in through the back window screen and out through the back window screen, and it was
Windshield wiper head.
just putting a head in a cooler in the back seat. It was so funny. So I was going to ask you guys what it was like to film it, but I hope you consider doing more like it because it was unusual and it was great.
Well, now that we know how to shoot that way, because that was really the biggest hurdle, was figuring out how we were going to mount the biggest time taker wasn't lighting, which usually it is. It's getting all the lights in the right place. It was mounting the camera to the car so it wouldn't fall off. And that took a lot of rigging and a lot of engineering. And I think there was a learning curve there because we'd never really done this before. So they were kind of learning as they went. But now that we've done an entire episode like that, I think that we should see more stuff like that peppered into the rest of the shows.
It was great.
It's actually the first episode that we've aired that I've watched and then gone back and rewatched just for the joy of it within a week. It was funny. All the fights and stuff. It was so funny because we were watching it. We watched it as a cast and crew at lunch because we were going to be filming during the airing of it, and we all sat there laughing hysterically when he's like stomping people in the back seat. It was so brutal, but it was like a zombie movie. We were like, a few laugh out loud moments. Hi.
Hi. Oh, that's my voice.
I do that all the time. Wait, no, there we are.
I gotta set the tone. Right. I was wondering if anything could have prepared you before Supernatural to understand what has become Supernatural now, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that makes sense. The short answer is no. God, I had no idea. I had no idea what this would become. Even from our end, even not taking into account how amazing it is for any show to go 11 years, how rare it becomes, but met some of my best friends on the show, met my wife on the show, became a father during the show. It's so many huge life moments that Supernatural has encapsulated. I have no idea what life is going to be like without Supernatural.
We can break your fall, it's fine.
I'm saying I don't know what it's going to be like.
Let's not find out.
Well, that's up to y'all to spread the word.
I'm pretty sure that this will be a part of our lives for the rest of our lives. The show might not continue for the rest of our lives, but I think what this has become will be with us forever. And I'm happy. I would say, just to touch on your question, I don't think there's any way that we could have known what this would have been. Look, he and I were excited about the pilot and having a job, and we're like, hey, this is pretty good. We might actually get picked up for a season.
We didn't even really want a season at first. Remember, we were hoping for at least 9 or 12 episodes.
Oh yeah. And then we started getting, and the shows kept kind of, getting better, and the characters and the writing started really kind of peeling back the layers. And I remember hey, we might get picked up for another season. Wouldn't that be amazing? Here we are, 10 and a half years later. But I would say that I think that he and I got exposed to the entertainment industry just the right amount to where we were able to ride this wave and navigate it the way we have. He was on a hit show where he was able to witness, the two leads and how they navigated that that fame or whatever, you know. And I've been on several TV series that I've been able to look at the leads and see how they handle themselves with fans or with, you know, whatever, or with crew, or how they handle themselves on set. And so I think there was enough exposure to being on set, and I think he and I both knew how we wanted to be and the kind of set we wanted to have, as opposed to maybe some of the sets that, you know, are out there or that we were a part of. And I think that really gave us a nice base, that foundation to build what this has become. But there's no way we thought it would have ever built to this level. So thank you guys.
Hi, my name is Eleanor.
Jared. Still Jensen.
Nice.
Hi, Eleanor.
Hi. My question is, what do you think would happen if they pulled an opposite of the French mistake, where they did something with you and Jensen, you guys, instead of Sam and Dean?
What do you mean?
Like,
when it was Jared and Jensen instead of Sam and Dean?
Yeah.
When it was Jared and Jensen in Supernatural World as opposed to Supernatural in Jared and Jensen World. So instead of being Sam Winchester and Dean Winchester shoved into reality, what if they did Jensen and Jared? I guess that would just be like watching us film. The air's too thin up here. It'd be this, basically. It'd be watching, because I guess we're Jared and Jensen, right? Yeah, oh yeah.
Did you know that where the bunker is the center of the United States?
Did you know mountains are like volcanoes? They're just mountains.
No, you got that wrong. Volcanoes are like mountains.
It's true too.
That are volcanoes.
I reversed it. I did the reverse French mistake. You see a lot of laughter, at least. I think Sam and Dean go through some pretty harsh stuff. I think Jared and Jensen get to laugh a lot, so maybe it'd be fun to see. Thanks.
And I think that's just called the gag reel. Hey.
Hi, my name's James. On the show, Sam and Dean do a lot of research for cases and whatnot on a website called Search the Web. So I actually happen to work for Google, and I was actually just wondering what the backstory was to that and why you guys...
I think y'all tried to sue us.
No. I was just curious about the backstory, if there was one, as to why that was chosen versus something real.
Yeah, I think it becomes a money issue.
A licensing thing.
Licensing issue. And I think it's also, not that Google would have problems with us using Google on Supernatural, but I think when we'd be Googling like how to burn a vampire or like how to chop off somebody's head, it can be like a conflict of interest, right? If we're Googling like axe murders.
Well, also then, do we stay legitimate and actually pull up what Google would pull up, so that people in the audience be like, well, wait a minute, that's not what happens when I type it into Google.
However,
because we need to pull up whatever's going to help the story. So we need to pull up the article that they made, and you know. So
it would be fun to have that kind of deal and mess with Google. Hey Google, we're airing a show in 3 days. Now listen, we Google how to kill a vampire, but what comes up is actually a picture of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that they just, you know, that they stay away from just for that purpose. Names of characters.
That's Bobby Singer.
Bobby Singer was actually going to be named something else. I forget what the name was, but
Bobby Manners, that's right.
Well, and there happened to be an actor, a real person named that.
Yeah.
And if they wanted to, they could, you know, they could file a suit. You'd have to get his approval, or if you didn't, then he could actually, like, you know, come at you with a lawsuit. I don't know. And the reason that they went with Bobby Singer was because Bob Singer is on our show, so they obviously have approval. So there's a lot of things that standards and practices just want us to steer away from, and I'm sure that was one of those deals.
Thank you for Google. Between that and Supernatural Wiki, I get all of the information I need.
Thank you.
Thanks, James. All right.
Hi, my name's Tabitha. We know Jared's been trying to get the Not to Lose Chesters to catch on.
What's that? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? It has caught on.
It's on her shirt. It's on her shirt, dude.
If it catches on enough and it goes on the show, we all know Dean is the funnier brother. So would this be a line we can do in the show?
Yeah, funnier looking, yeah.
I'll give you that one.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sam's the serious brother. It's okay.
Seriously, awesome.
If it catches on enough, would it be so? Would it be something the writers actually put in for Dean to say? And would Jensen actually be willing to say it?
What?
If it made it in there, if it got popular enough, would the writers actually put in Dean saying, "Not the loose chesters"?
Probably.
Bro, yeah. I'm sure Robbie would.
Work on that.
Are you campaigning for Jared now?
For us. I'm not the only
loose
Winchester.
chesters. Not the loose chesters. It means get
Amen, because we're not the loose Chester. That should be on the show. Because Sam would be like, "You're an idiot." There are a few good "you're an idiot" moments in the upcoming episodes. There's some funny.
Hey.
I'm Michael. Jensen, a few years ago you were in a movie called Under the Red Hood. You did the voice of Jason Todd. And I'm wondering, would you be willing to play a live-action Jason Todd in a movie in the future?
And or right now?
Yes, right now.
Yeah, somebody had a Red Hood helmet. Yeah. Do you have that? You still have that? Hold that up. Look at this thing.
It's pretty impressive.
It's badass.
That's awesome. Yeah, well done. And yeah, to answer your question, absolutely. We just had to sit by and watch. There's a lot of production that happens in Vancouver, and one production in particular was filming by us, and Jared and I just sat there and we were like, but it was Deadpool. They closed down a huge street and they had huge stunt sequences, people on wires, catapulting across the freeway. And I was like, I want to do that. So there he goes. And there he goes again. And it's not Ryan Reynolds. I don't know where he is. No, it probably was. But yeah, to answer your question, I'd love to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to borrow that helmet over there.
Hello, my name is Deanna.
Hi, Deanna.
I have always wondered if you two gentlemen like to enjoy whiskey like your characters, and if so, what is your favorite whiskey?
Yes, and my favorite is the liquid kind. That's a trick question because there are several kinds of whiskey. I think
Lubinsky is the best.
Lubinsky, that's our whiskey on the show. So our prop girl is named Robin, and so we call her nickname on set is Binsky, though I call her Trobin.
Because she's Russian.
So we call her Binsky, and so they made, is it the whiskey? It was
Robin, and we started calling her Rubinsky. And then it was just Binsky.
Yeah. So it's Lubinsky.
So now the whiskey bottles that the guys have been drinking for I don't know what, 8 seasons now. If you look at the label, it says Lubinsky on it.
Yellow label, Lubinsky. There's a little behind the scenes stuff.
I think fun fact for you.
The best FF hashtag.
go and ruin it with the hashtag name. Sorry. Stop. Give me a break.
I think the best bourbon, as far as the stuff you can find, is called Blanton's. I love it. Kind of hard to find. And then what, like for Scotch, what do we like? Some peaty stuff, like a Lagavulin or something like that.
Old Crow.
Old Crow. We just, we dig it. We'll at the end of the day, sometimes we'll have some in our trailer and just kind of wash away the earlier days.
Fairly certain at the end of the day today, we'll be sharing it.
Yes. Not
all tumbler of whiskey. Commemorate a nice day with our family.
Thank you. I like that question.
I'm Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam.
You're Sam?
Yeah, I'm not lying. I swear, I have an ID.
Cliff, cover removed.
My question is, if you could redo any episode, what would it be and why?
I would love. No, I love that. I love that. No, I wouldn't. I don't ever want to do bugs again.
That would be like number 220 on the list of episodes I'd want to do over.
I would love to redo the pilot. Not because I think the pilot's bad, but I would just love to go relive it. Like, relive that story. Knowing about Sam now, what I know, I wish I had known about Sam then. I feel like those earlier episodes, the pilot was so cool, and it was a, 18-day shoot? Like, we really kind of got into it, got into the characters, and got into the lore, and it was so seminal. I mean, obviously it was our pilot. So I think the pilot is what sticks out. It's pilot or swan song.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We just shot
redone.
Yeah, that needs to live in infamy. We just shot in the parking lot where Eye of the Tiger happened, and we were all like, "Huh? Oh yeah." So.
Dead Man's Blood?
Dead Man's Blood? Is that like the second to last episode of season 1?
Where John and the boys are hunting a vampire nest? I would like to do that again.
That was a lot of fun.
That was because the 3 Winchesters together hunting.
In that case, we are really not the loose Chesters.
Doing your eyebrows up and down doesn't make it better.
Yes, it does.
Alright, it kind of does.
Yeah, what would you want us to redo?
I don't know. I mean, I like them all. I mean, there's some parts where I would definitely love if they ended differently, or if they just had a different part. But
you don't have to be PC. Tell us.
I don't know. Like off the top of my head. I would have changed.
Well, you didn't say we could rewrite it. I thought you were going to. I don't want to kill Charlie again.
Well, I said you could redo the entire episode.
Oh, well, now that brings up a whole. I see. So you can rewrite the episode. I thought you just meant
I would refilm the exact same script.
No.
Oh, well, that totally changes my answer.
Change your answer.
Then yeah, bugs. I'd love to wipe that memory out.
Bugs is now a story about Sam and Dean flying to Hawaii. And swamp mosquitoes. It's like, give me some more off. Get my back. Just kidding. Yes.
I got your back.
Thank you, I know. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Becky.
Hi, Becky.
No jokes about the superfan, please.
Wait, Sam? Becky, that's Sam over there.
I know. So, I actually grew up near where the Lizzie Borden murders took place and everything. So growing up, we had that rhyme, Lizzie Borden.
Where were you the day Lizzie Borden's parents were axe murdered?
That was way before my time. I'm not that old. I'm actually a couple months younger than Jensen, so I'm not that old.
You're not 100 years old? I know that.
But growing up, we always had that rhyme, Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks, and when she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. And so growing up, that was always like, I had nightmares about it. So I'm just curious, when I saw you guys were doing Thin Lizzy, I actually was almost afraid to watch it. But I want to know, what did you guys know about it before you started filming it? Did you know anything about the lore and what happened? Or?
I knew the basic. I knew that rhyme. I knew she was accused of killing her parents, and I knew that she shared a birthday with somebody named Jared Padalecki. So be careful. Yeah, that's what I knew.
Saying, I knew in general the gist of it, and but yeah, it was kind of cool. They actually brought in a whole bunch of
actual stuff,
set deck from the Lizzie Borden place, because they have all those trinkets and stuff. So.
And then some people from the actual Bed and Breakfast Museum were like, "Hey, if y'all want to come up, we'll shut it down for y'all. Y'all can stay where y'all want. We'll shut it down." So if we make it,
we're all going.
Yeah.
Afraid to stay there, but if you guys are staying there, I'll stay there too, so.
Yeah, we got your back. My wife says she's afraid to stay there, so.
We just stayed recently in a very old army barracks hotel. It's a hotel now, but it used to be an old army barracks. And it was like old. And we walked in, and Danielle had gone in first. I was unloading the car. She comes walking out. She's like, "It's haunted, it's haunted, it's haunted. It's haunted." And I'm like, "Do I need to go inside?" She's like, "Go, I'm telling you, it's haunted." And so I go walking inside, and it's creaky and old, and it has that old musty smell, and I'm like,
"You're blaming the must, aren't you?"
Yeah, it probably is. It's a good thing you got me. I slept fine.
Thanks, guys. Love ya.
Thank you. Love you.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
Welcome to Denver.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask you guys, I'm a grandma, and my kids are about the same age as your kids are, and I wanted to know if you guys growing up had any holiday traditions that you're now passing on to your kids?
That's a great question. I don't know if we had any specific holiday traditions. We would open presents on Christmas Eve. We always had little smokies, little smoky sausages. And tamales. We would always eat tamales on Christmas Eve. And we would always eat Thanksgiving early so that we could sit with full bellies in front of the Cowboys game. That's a tradition that I'll keep going.
Yeah, your general traditions, I think, during the holidays we'll do, but it's interesting, since we had a daughter, we're now starting to come up with our own traditions that we want to kind of establish. And of course, she's bringing up from her family, I've got some from mine. Recipes are the big thing with her. Her family they're a big cooking family. And me, I don't know. You know what? I decorate the tree. That's all me. And get out of my space. It's me and a big old tree. That's all. It takes me all night. But
Clark Griswold.
What's that?
Clark Griswold.
I am a modern day Clark Griswold. And I'm proud of it because that's what my dad was. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
What's the most awkward scene you've ever had to act out on Supernatural?
Jensen and Jared being Sam and Dean, being Jensen and Jared being Sam and Dean.
That was awkward. That and Nutcracker. Because the machine worked. Yeah, no, so they were like, we did several, I would stand behind it, and they'd push the button, and it would go, I was like, oh! And so then I had to stand there in those ski boots, and they started out with it where it was going to end up, and so I stood.
Yeah, it had a stopping point.
Yeah, but you say that to somebody, like, don't worry, it'll stop right before it gets you. Just don't lean your hips forward. But in the whole scene, I'm talking to Dean, and I'm like, so they're like, okay, so we're gonna load it, and so they put it down to the thing, and I was like, okay, I'm not going. And so I'm like, okay, I'm not moving. But then there's the whole part where they ask Jensen a question and he breaks into Japanese. And I realized that as the scene's going, I'm kind of like looking at him and then looking at the girls. And I was like, oh crap, I moved. I don't remember where like the spot is. So that was very awkward and mortifying. I was like sweating real sweat.
I wish the cameras were on when they showed us. Like they called us a set, and so we walk up and we're like, okay, and they're like, hey, we want to just show you what this is going to look like. And so we hit the button, and it was like, wham! And both Jared and I were like, nope, no. I think Jared just walked away. He's like, nope, not gonna happen. Like, no, it's like, it's got steel plates of reinforcement, and I'm like, yeah, what happens if it just bends a little? And Jared's like, what happens if it just bends a little?
What if you were shot in the face? What if you shot in the face? Speaking of, another, herpexia was also funny. And yellow fever, the snake on the couch.
You were scared.
Yes, I took off.
It was on me.
But it was so, it's like, I literally left. They had to like change the camera angle. I was
the
like,
the size of the snake's head was bigger than my fist. And I turned around. Here's the problem. The snake wrangler who was laying down behind the couch.
This thing was 180 pounds or something like that.